So I'm back with another Tom Jones. These ones pop up out of the woodwork. Happy New Month, and also thank you for liking my page. Support you showed on me. I hope you never stop listening to my music. Sure, I respond. You too, which he love-hearted. For how long have you been listening to my songs, and which of them is your favourite? And also, where are you from? My response, my mother was a fan, and Australia. Really? And are you serious about it? About my mother being a fan. And to Australia, I really want to appreciate you because without you, all my fans, I won't be where I am today. I sincerely want to thank you for your support to my career, and I promise to keep on the good work. By the way, I hope you're not a journalist. To his, really? Are you serious about it? I said, yes, really. She played many records when I was growing up of all the musicians of the era. And to his question about me being a journalist, I said no. Why I asked, he explained without me asking, is that I have been hurt a lot by these journalists out there who pretend to be a fan and end up faking stories about me. You're not a journalist, so what then do you do for a living? To which I responded, I didn't ask, but okay. I would imagine it would be fairly self-explanatory. And to being a journalist, I said, no, I'm an English teacher, literature. Oh, that's nice. Keep it up, okay? Whatever you do, always put in your best. If it is small, someday it will be big. All you need to do is patience and hard work, dear. Can I trust you? To which I said, I don't know. Can you? Can I trust you? You're the 12th Tom Jones, just FYI. Yes, sure, he responds. I don't want you to disclose our conversation to anyone because you know my name is a big social media story. If our conversation gets leaked, it could destroy my career that I have worked hard to build. Meanwhile, I would like to have more conversation with you. I tend not to chat here because I will be deactivating this page in few hours. I prefer to chat on my business Telegram account. Hope you don't mind. To which I said, not really, but okay, if you think so. I think at the age of 80 odd, your career is fairly stable, but go on. And then to Telegram, I said, I don't use Telegram, it's skeevy and dodgy. You also misspelt your name on the profile. Now, I don't use Telegram, A, because I don't want to disclose phone numbers, but also because messages vanish, right? Would you prefer talking on Google Chat, he says. Sure, why not, I respond. Send me an email. Please keep it safe and don't let anyone know about my email. So he gave me an email. Tom Cruise, is this a joke? It's a mistake, he says. Sigh, you guys just don't keep track, do you? Right? So that was his first email that he'd sent, right? Then he says, Sir Tom Jones 972 at gmail.com. My management has bounded this email I sent to you right now. I don't think I'll be able to communicate on it right now. Would you prefer me to create another right now so I can send it over? To which I went, really? Okay, you'll find a surprise when you go over there. And that's because this particular Sir Tom Jones 972, he had used on another Tom Jones profile that he'd created, and we'd actually spoken for about a week, right? I can't right now. If you really need more over this conversation, can you just install a Telegram? Can you just do that, and hope you don't mind for the sake of our conversation, so it should not be a waste, whatever that meant. And I said, it didn't go through. Surprise. And that was because I had actually managed to go through onto that email account and had sent him another message. And when he said, would you prefer me to create another one? I said, please do. And, would I please, do a telegram? I went, no, sorry. Okay, I'm trying my possible best now. Soon I'll send it to you. And I said, so long as it isn't your Tom Cruise one or your Woody Harrelson one, okay? So at this point, I'd gone through all my email chats, and it turns out this same email address had been linked to 3 different fake profiles. So it was a Tom Cruise one, a Woody Harrelson one, and another Tom Jones one that I've been chatting to. I elaborated, apologies, because I've talked with you on the Tom Jones before, the email, and it didn't end well because I'd busted him, right? He'd blocked me, I believe. I'll send you the one I managed to create right now. Hold on. Right, and I think he'd probably deactivated that chat himself, so he didn't see how badly it had ended. My response, oh, okay. I can send you the date of when we talked on your other email chat account if that helps, but I think you disabled it. I don't think it's me, says Tom. I know that there are a lot of people here pretending to be me, but I have no worries because everything is in total control. I have reported the situation to the FBI and CIA, and they have placed and underground investigations to track down these scammers who scorn women for money with my pictures, and anybody caught in this act will face the court of law. For now you have no worries because you're talking to me for real, but for some time. Whatever that means. I said, well, you guys need to stop sharing emails then. And that's because they do, right? Most of these, especially the more experienced ones, and you can tell by the kind of language they use, they work in groups, right? Some are very well funded, some are just amateur village kids. To his response about the CIA and the FBI, I went, CIA? In Wales? Okay. And then I said, I have the entire conversation I can show you, but I think your mates are using it, maybe. To which he then completely ignored that, hoping I would forget. Sorry for the delayed. I've been working on my project. Here's the email now. Sir Tom Jones, blah, 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 Gmail. Have you been able to add me up right now? And also, are you busy? So we then moved on to his, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th email account. Hi there, I said. How you doing? The same as I was 15 minutes ago, lol. I'm sorry for the late reply. Just have got some paperwork doing. Hope you're not upset. Because obviously Tom Jones does all his own paperwork. No, I'm at work. This was about 1:20 in the afternoon. Okay. What's the time over there and how's the weather conditions over there? I said, it's just after 1 p.m. and it's cold. Oh, really? And sorry about that. And I said, all together now, everyone, yes, really. You have made me feel great. With you, I felt I'd trust again, as every other person has taken advantage of my social status, and I felt heartbroken so many times. You have gotten it all, even my trust. I did contact you only a while, and now let us grow in our friendship and cherish it. Isn't that your wish for me too? To which I responded, that's a little random given we've barely chatted. To which he nonsensically said, I don't think, and elaborated, and please do not get me imposted, because I've never come online on the internet, and you're the only one I'm communicating with, fate, because it brought us together and we are destined to meet. To which I responded, that's weird, considering the second email you gave me showed me that I've had a long conversation with someone claiming to be Tom on that exact email. I told you earlier that it was a mistake about it, and I never know about what you're saying right now. It's always a huge pleasure having personal time with my fans, especially whenever I'm on my free time like this. And I went, oh, okay. That concerns me because I had several days of conversation with that person who now has my email address. And in response to him, being very pleasured by this, I said, but you said this was your first time and that I was your only one. To which he then went, do you've anyone else talking to me now pretending to be me? And I went, oh yes, about 5 of them. I report them all. Okay, good, says our increasingly nervous scammer. And blocked about 13, I said. Are you sure you blocked them off? See, he doesn't want me talking to any other scammers because he's potentially seeing a future payday go out the window. They call us clients and that we're supposed to remit, right? So he wants to make sure I'm not. Sure, I always know by their first message if they're fake. It's the English, you see, it's not good. And the message is always the same. Always, I said, trying to drive home the hint. You and I will have an amazing friendship rebut as it goes on. I wonder which is it? Best friends? Idols to each other? Yes, yes, yes. That is our certainty, said our very exuberant scammer, to which I rightfully just went, sorry, what? What do you think? He asks. Why are you writing random stuff? I said. We don't know each other. He says, I'm not. I said, yeah, you are. But you express yourself however you like, I guess. To which he responds, I know you've no fate brought us together and we are destined to meet, don't you think so? God, this is so hard to read sometimes with their language. No, I respond, I don't believe in fate or destiny. Really? And why? It's all about choices we make, I said. The choices we choose for ourselves. Do we choose to be decent people or do we choose to be evil? That sort of thing. Do you want to see the screenshots of the guy I was chatting with under the email you sent? The first Tom Jones? Oh my God! What? I said. Yes, if you say so. I'm waiting now. And I went, oh my God, what? I thought we were talking about destiny. To which he says, it keeps hurting me, and that's the main reason I'm trying my best to report it to the FBI as well. Yes, sure. The FBI in Wales? Wouldn't Interpol be better? No, in the United States. My management, we work on it as soon as possible. That's a dead giveaway as well. All right, Americans or British or Australians or anyone who's sort of Anglo-based does not call it United State. One state. FBI and CIA are American, I respond. But you're not American. You're Welsh. And the scammers are Nigerian, most of them. The poor people of Nigeria. My heart breaks for the decent ones. And it really does. It really does. I'm not as well, but my management also have access more than me because they've power to report it moreover, says our increasingly nonsensical and tongue-tied Tom Jones. Well, says I, tell them Interpol is what you want, not the FBI or the CIA. Americans are hopeless. Apologies to any Americans listening. Okay, I'll do that and promise not to talk to anyone else apart from me. As for me, I am a simple person. Life as a celebrity isn't easy, but I try best to make it easy. I am simple and I love my fans. I always love helping. I believe in helping each other. Prepping me for the inevitable questions on money. I must confess, you're very pretty nice, and I want us to always keep in touch because I find you pretty interesting. To which I responded, very unhelpfully, sure, but I want to speak on the phone at some point. I will not chat and text indefinitely. You know I'm always busy, but I still try my best to create time for my fans. My response, if I wanted a pen pal, I'd write to someone in prison. Tom then comes back with, you of them all I would say from our previous chat, you one of the best, and I would love to meet you someday. I would love to send you my private picture. To which I then made up absolute rubbish. We've met, but you won't remember. When? Says Tom. And to the private picture, I said, oh, you can send a photo, but I will not send one. But honestly, sending you my private pics is against my media standard rules. And in response to when had we met, I said, when you performed here at the AFL Grand Final. Now, ignoring that, obviously, because he has no idea what it is, he says, unless you get it yourself from the social media, either on Facebook or on Instagram, talking about his photo. And I said, that's fine. I don't need one. You're way too old for me anyway, but we can be friends. To which he responds, my calls are being monitored. I would have loved to hear your voice, but not to worry soon. I will talk with my management and arrange a meeting for us. I don't understand. Why do you to say that in such a disrespectful way? And I went, that's BS, but fine. You're a gentleman in your 80s. Nobody is monitoring your calls in your own home, but whatever you say. What? That you're 40 years older than me? Are you ashamed of your age? I asked. Distance or age can never be a barrier to any of our friendship, because what matters most is honesty and sincerity to each other, said our very dishonest scammer, who was not at all sincere except about getting money from me. I already said friend is fine, I responded. And as for honesty, I hate liars, giving him a chance to confess. Don't you know I'm being controlled by my management, said my increasingly agitated Tom Jones. Once my trust is gone, I say, it's gone for good. He responds with, same here. My phone is being debugged and monitored by my management, so our chat is being controlled and monitored, so I won't want to go against the media rules calling you on video call if not being activated for, said the gentleman who didn't understand what debugging meant, but okay. That's not a thing, I said. I was getting bored at this point. Why do some people think that's a thing? If you're going to say ridiculous things, I don't want to continue this. You were married for like 50 years, have homes, and do what you like. Your management works for your career, not your personal life. They don't pick your friends, and if you keep saying that, I will not speak with you again. That isn't a real thing. Only people who know nothing about the Western world think that is how it is. And no, you can't get mad. If you do, I'm gone. I don't need a video. Voice call is fine. I know your Welsh accent. Unless you don't have a Welsh accent. These are the same excuses everyone gives when they're trying to get away with something and it isn't a real thing. I'm annoyed. I'm going now. And I really was at this point. I'd had way too many of them, I think, in the course of a week, and I had no room for it. I can't, and I just explained to you, it'll be out of the rules about disobedience, said our 82-year-old superstar celebrity who, obviously doesn't want to be disobedient to his manager, who I believe is actually his son. Correct me if I'm wrong. Why? He says, when I said I was going. Because it's rubbish, I respond. I'm annoyed that everyone says the same bullshit. About what exactly? Can you please make me understand what you're saying as well? Well, if you think it's not clear to you, kindly let me know, okay? Because I think I'll find it difficult to be in a friendship conversation with you. And also, I've to return back to work now and also have a nice day. So he threw his toys out of the pram. A very mature 12-year-old scammer threw a tantrum. So a day or so later, I decided to respond, and I responded incorrectly, actually. I said, what is a relationship conversation exactly? He actually said friendship. I don't understand. He comes back a couple of days later, and I'd realised my mistake. So I went, never mind. And he went, if you say so. He comes back, what are you doing now? I said, you messaged at midnight. And then I said, please try and remember what the time is over here. The phone going off at midnight just makes me grumpy. And that's where it's been left. So if he responds, I'll do further on this, but I don't think he will. Bye.